He goes to San Antonio and takes game 3. New on SportsCenter, the thoughts from Spurs star Victor Wembanyama.
Mitch noted how you guys started off so well pace-wise, but then it tapered off. What prevented you guys from keeping that pace up and just not sustaining that strong start?
I don't know. The explanation doesn't sound more complicated than this. I will have to watch the film again.
De'Aaron and Dylan had game efforts. How difficult was it seeing them obviously not being 100%?
Yeah, it pains me to see them in pain. I trust that they're going to be healthy soon and come back. But they should take care of their health. It's of course, I mean, as always, like we did in game 1, we're going to have them back.
Gotten a lot of defensive attention your whole career, all year, but has it felt the last couple of games like it's harder to get space, like they're crowding you a little more and making it more difficult on you?
I feel like I have trouble making my teammates better right now. If that's what I should do better. My shooting splits aren't terrible. I need to be more of a team player.
Vic, there were a couple times tonight where Castle was fouled on a fast break and seemed like there was some frustration between him and Devin, maybe all of you guys. You know, you've obviously been in that situation when they're clawing at you and facing that physicality. What's that balance like? Being frustrated, but needing to kind of keep your composure?
No, there's no place for frustration. It's annoying, of course, but we're going to use that, as energy.
Vic, their whole defense seems to be geared towards getting between the guards getting you the ball and you getting to the ball. You've always been able to, reach over people or dance around people or whatever. You always had some physical advantage. What do you think they're doing to limit that, and what do you think you need to find within you to get over what they've been doing?
I mean, they're being physical. The difference maybe with this team is their experience. They may be being more smart about it. But we just got to find the answers. We're going to watch film. We're going to figure it out.
Related to that, Vic, the first time that you guys are facing a deficit in these playoffs. Curious to see if you're gunning for Sunday and a response here in Game 4.
Of course. I mean, it's my first playoffs. It's the first playoffs for many of us. Of course, there was going to be hard trials. It's to be expected. But now we're going to see what we're made of.
Victor, a moment ago you said that you to your left. A moment ago you said that you felt you needed to be a better teammate. What do you mean by that exactly, and how can you be that?
Facilitate better, rebound the ball better, get more, push their defense a little bit further and see how much they're willing to help off of my teammates and feed them.
Throughout the season, your bench has been a huge boost for you guys, and now you're in a series where their bench has a big disparity. Is there anything you guys can do to address that?
I feel like each and every one of us got to be better. It's I think it's just as a team, as an organization, when there's a lot of new experiences, we're just gonna have to find the answers.
Victor, you spent your offseason challenging yourself in the way you train, and it seems like you're always doing everything you can to find harder challenges. So now that you're in this point of your career where you're facing probably the biggest challenge you faced in the NBA, how do you feel right now?
I feel good. My shape, I'm in good shape, I don't have no red alert on my body, so it's good. Got to sustain this shape.
Victor, il y avait une très grosse ambiance en début de match, notamment sur le gros run sur les premières minutes. Est-ce que tu peux nous parler ce que toi tu as ressenti sur ce début de match sur le terrain avec cette salle qui était vraiment chauffée à blanc.
Ouais, c'était super. Chaque fois ça fait un moment qu'on n'est pas revenu. Chaque fois qu'on vient à la maison, l'énergie est incroyable. Et mais on n'a pas surréagi, mais sur le moment, je disais qu'on s'est mis dans les bonnes conditions pour commencer le match. Et il me semble que c'est la première fois qu'on perd un match après avoir commencé aussi bien.
Victor, est-ce que on a l'impression que tu te libères un peu plus offensivement à la fin des matchs depuis le début de la série? Est-ce que tu peux parler de ça? Est-ce que c'est le travail d'usure que tu fais face à tes défenseurs pour les user, que tu trouves plus de liberté? Et on t'a vu avec Greg Popovich ce matin.
New on SportsCenter, let's hear from the coach of the OKC Thunder, Mark Daigneault.
Daniel Belbia. So, follow up on Jared. What does that confidence and fearlessness do for you guys' overall offense?
I think we have a lot of confident players. You know, you saw that tonight. Jay Will, you know, that was a massive first half for him and game. And Caruso, we've mentioned, and Shea obviously has a contagiousness to his confidence. And I just think it builds momentum inside the team. It's one thing to be individually confident. I think we have a lot of guys that are like that. And then when you have a team as connected as this team is, then that confidence becomes contagious. And when there's tough portions of the game or a guy's going through a tough time, that foundation is something that they can lean on. And I think, you know, that has power too.
Then the Spurs have been one of the better paint teams all season and in the playoffs. Let's talk about the way you guys were not only able to slow them down there, but stop them from getting shots up there.
Yeah, I thought, save for the first, other than the first 15 points, our defense was really tight tonight. You know, we got back, settled them down into the half court. Our offense had something to do with that. We ran good offense tonight, despite the fact that they were amped up and ready to go. Spurs were. And yeah, it's a disciplined series. You know, we knew that coming in. You know, we couldn't be reckless against them. They're too good with the ball, too well coached, too talented. So you've got to be able to do it with discipline. And I thought we really were disciplined tonight. You know, we made them earn a lot of stuff and really played exceptionally on that end of the floor.
You mentioned Jay Will a couple of times. I know he's been in this scenario a number of times, but how do you describe the trust that you have in him to sort of continually plug him in different situations?
We talk about our team identity being a compete together team. We want to be a team that, you know, even if you don't know anything about basketball and you're watching us play, we want you to say this team competes together. And he's like the ultimate compete together player. His intangibles are through the roof. He's an unbelievable team guy. He's always inside the team. He is really a glue inside of our locker room. Even like a guy like McCain, Jay Will's one of the first guys always that like pulls guys into the team and into the club. But you know, there's one thing to be a team guy. He's a badass competitor, you know, and he leans into the competition. He's not afraid. And he's got weaknesses as a player, but his intangibles just swallow those up, you know, and so it just gives you unbelievable confidence to put him in any situation, and really whatever situation we put him in, he's ready to rock.
Mark, your bench outscored theirs by 53 points. It's been lopsided all series. As both teams are dealing with injuries, just the depth that you guys have, is that more magnified as the playoffs just go on?
You know, we just try to look at things through the lens of like our own strengths. We're not looking at anything relative to the opponent. You know, like the last thing you want to do is assume that an opponent has a weakness that they don't have, you know, and so we assume the opponent's always at their best and we need to be at ours, and you know, depth is a part of that, but it's not relative to San Antonio. It just needs to be one of our strengths that we rely on regardless of circumstance, and you know, we've done a great job of that so far in the series.
Mark, down 15-0, what's the discussion in the coaches huddle and what's the discussion on the bench?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 48-minute game, you know, reminding them that, you know, half of those points are like controllable, like game plan oriented things. You know, in a weird way, I think that gives the team confidence when it feels more controllable, you know, because it gives you a sense of agency over what happens in the next 46 minutes or the next 45 minutes or whatever it was. But this team, you know, we've been in these situations before. We understand it's a 48-minute game and you just got to get it back on track, but you can't like wait for it to turn. You got